Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the hardcore series thing. Woo! Alright. So, today, we're gonna try to continue to survive and gather some resources and things, and do some whatnotses and who's it's is, and things like that. Yeah, and then we're gonna do some talking. Let me see how much iron I have. Whether or not I need to get more. Boom! Let's see here. We got... Ooh. Where are you at, Spider? I hear you. Oh, dang. Hey, Spider. Alright, so, today might be a hard one for people. Alright? I don't need to survive, or not take torches, because if I don't, there's no point. Oh my god, oh my god. Alright, so today might be a tiny bit of a harder episode for people, as I said, because we're going to be talking about something that is rough for people to talk about. Alright? So, just hold on. Take a breath. All's gonna be well. Are you ready? Racism. That's what I'm talking about. Because of the Donald Sterling thing that was going on, the Sterling thing, whatever it was, that was going on with the NBA, there's been a lot of talk about racism stuff and things like that. If you don't know what the story is, basically, there's a old fart who is kind of a bigot and decided to, in his own house, say something that was anti-black people. And now, racism is wrong. Okay? Hating somebody because they are a part of a different group than you, or hating somebody because they are a part of a group, is wrong. You shouldn't hate a person for being a part of the group. Now, yeah. That's pretty much something that is not a common thing for people, apparently. Apparently, some people think it's okay to do this. It's not. It's really not. And I can understand where people come from sometimes with it, because there are certain trends that happen. That's the reason why there are stereotypes, because those trends do happen based off of certain things of a particular race. And what this Donald Sterling thing is basically showing is that racism still exists, and it's bad. It really is. You should definitely never hate somebody. You should really never use a word like hate to begin with. Hate is one of the strongest words in the English dictionary, or in any dictionary. Adolf Hitler himself said, you can move an entire country with dislike. Imagine what you can do with hate. Yeah, and look what he did with it. He made people hate a race. And I think everybody can unanimously say that that was not a good thing. Alright, but back to racism. Racism exists still, and there is a form of racism that nobody ever talks about. It's actually a racism that I have to deal with. I know, that sounds strange. I am a white guy, male, heterosexual, and I have to deal with racism. And this form of racism is basically, I cannot say what I want. I can't have my own opinion about things. And that's a form of racism. A lot of people won't agree with it, I'm sure. But if you are being censored based on what you say and you're not allowed to say certain things because you're not a part of a certain race, that's kind of racist. I mean, I get people all the time hating me because I'm a white guy, so I have things easy. So what that basically is saying that racism still exists. The only time that you can prove that racism is no longer a thing is whenever anybody can feel comfortable saying anything in front of anybody. Now, having certain words that only certain groups of people are allowed to say, that kind of defeats the purpose of stopping racism, because you're basically adding a thing. You're not making everybody equal, and that's the big deal about racism, is everybody should be equal, no matter the color, sexual orientation, anything. Everybody should be equal and able to believe whatever they want, or be whatever color they happen to be born, without people just hating them. Yeah. So, as I was saying, having certain words that you're not allowed to say, or censoring certain words because of race, is kind of making them stand out and making things bad. Like, there are certain things that have happened which it's to, like, certain employers have to hire a certain amount of people of different ethnic groups in order to make things equal and fair, no matter what the qualifications are. Like, there's firefighters that that weren't able to get a job even though they were more qualified than somebody of a different race than them. Now, I think that if we were really concerned about racism, we would not base somebody solely on the fact that they're of a color. And that wouldn't be our way of hiring. And so to fight the fact that we were doing that, we did it the other way. So we're like, okay, we're gonna make it so nobody's allowed to hire somebody based on color, so we're gonna make people hire people of a certain color. That's not helping the issue. There are certain laws out there now about, let's see, if you fight somebody and you kill somebody and hate crime things, I think the punishment for killing somebody should be the same whether or not they were of a different race. You shouldn't have to worry about hate crimes, because everybody should be equal no matter what race they are. And yeah, because if you're gonna kill somebody and you hate him because you killed him, every crime is a hate crime. It doesn't matter what color you are or anything like that. It's all bad. Don't do it. Do I have a bucket of water? I don't have a bucket of water. Now, I'm sure there's tons of people that don't agree with my opinions of any of this, and that's perfectly fine. I understand that other people have different opinions. And that's part of what I'm talking about, is I won't judge you on your opinion. I mean, your opinion, if it's different than mine, will be wrong, but, you know, I won't judge you on it. You're allowed to be wrong. See what I did there? I'm joking. But in all seriousness, racism is bad. It still exists. In fact, some of the more racist people I know are of people of ethnic groups, saying that they hate white people. That's still a thing. But that's an accepted form. That is a accepted form of racism. As sad as that is, we do have different forms of racism, and some of them are accepted. This is a huge cave. And I don't think I need to be going up. 28. Okay, but now, on a lighter note, let's talk about movies. Yeah, I saw the new X-Men movie. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was less action-y than a lot of action movies are, it seems. They had like a lot of cool new powers, kinda, but at the same time they didn't have any new stuff. It seemed like it was less about the actual X-Men and their powers and more about the story, which I appreciate, because I find story better than the powers and things. Now, there is a part of it where there's a scene, or I think it's shown in the trailer, so if this is a spoiler, I apologize entirely, but there's a scene where there are, oh yeah, no, it shows it at the very beginning, there are Sentinels, and their original version of the Sentinels are kind of cartoony looky at points. They look extremely, they don't look like a real thing, while all the other CGI and stuff like that looks awesome. That doesn't. Am I gonna live? Am I gonna live? So that was a problem that I had with it, the CGI of the Sentinels. Story, I thought was pretty good. Acting, I thought was pretty good. I watched it as an entertainment point, not necessarily be correct with the storyline. Holy crap. Creeper! And honestly, I don't really know as much about the X-Men as I wish I did. Ooh, diamond. But it was awesome. I would see it again. So on my rating scale of that, I would give that like a B plus. Because it was above average movie. So C is average. C is like normal. So if anybody's wondering, then a C would be like a movie. Ooh. What is a good C movie? Like a movie that you see and you're just like, you know, I don't hate myself for seeing this, but I don't think I would normally see it again. Yeah, that's approximately what a C is. Okay, I have 3 more. I can make an enchanting table. Maybe. I need it. No, I had leather. Ooh, spider. B is above average, so it's a movie that you would enjoy watching again, and A is like the best movie you've ever seen. I don't want to go near that. That looks like death if something comes up behind me. Ooh, gold. Well, I think I about rambled enough for this episode about things. Oh no! Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and log off for today. Okay, let me get more torches first. And then I'll log off. I have an addiction. Yeah, let's grab. Bloop, 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 bleep, blop, bloop. You know what? I'm gonna work myself back. It's probably the best thing since I have this and I can enchanted gear and things like that. That'll be the next episode, I bet. Alright, so, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you don't agree with my opinion on anything, please let me know in the description. I like to hear whatever y'all say, even if it's completely different than what I say. It's perfectly fine for y'all to be different and say things that I don't agree with. That's part of life. People agree with different things. And I prefer not to judge people based on what they believe in, so that's what my stance on things is. Oh, and just don't kill people. It's bad, okay? Alright. See y'all.